facing Coral Crew, which has a lot of familiar faces. Dino, Warmonk, Plan B, Aster. Lots of familiar faces, and of course we've got another Hydra coming back from Mothman here. The Dapple Doolies are making an appearance from Aster. Those you don't see too often.
Which means we also do have double cooler, which will be interesting to see how they work with that. They'll be able to respawn very quickly. Also, so we may see a more aggressive playstyle from this particular team.
Also, the nice thing with double cooler is the coolers actually act as their own pillows, and I love as they add the extra like support and just obstacle for backlines to stand behind.
Absolutely. We do see Mothman already riding this tower, while those Zukas are going off again, trying to get another Zuka clip mayhaps for those replays, am I right?
Absolutely, and we see Ren with just a big shot there. I'm actually kind of surprised that Ren popped up and the member of Coral Crew didn't quite see Ren pop up.
Just the missiles running right at the tower, trying to get more control here. Only one left at the tower, it seems, right now. We'll see if that will be able enough to take that tower back.
Ren here, still alive, just using any little bit of their color ink just to stay alive and go around. Like, look at Ren just in their base right now, just being a nuisance. They're 3v1ing Ren right now, and Ren managed to get 1 out of the 3.
A good place to be, can't complain about that. Allows your team to be able to work their way up while Ren is distracting 3 of them. Watching the Dapples in action here, trying to hold them off. 2 are gonna go around the left-hand side to try and maybe do a little bit of a flanksy while that tower moves up. Mothman gonna hop back on there most likely soon to get that tower rolling again.
Ooh, and that attempted flank ended up going kind of 50-50 there. It looked like it was going more in Coral Crew's favor, but then Umbre came in here with the blaster and managed to put it back in UMRM's favor.
This bubble in a fantastic spot for the blaster player right now, able to easily reach people up top while staying completely safe down below.
And Ren's just going right back up into base as we see Mothman just riding this tower away. It's the best, just your best friend. It's got a little bit of an obstacle. It's just, oh, the bomb!
The suction bomb in just the right place there as well.
Oh, I feel that pain right then and there, but the blaster's still here to cover for tower and is gonna bob back and forth to get the final KO.
A good run overall, though. They were able to hold the tower for a while to prevent it from being a quick knockout.
Yes, there was a good attempt there. And like I said, even in that one team fight that happened on that one corner up above, it was, I'm just going to call it the right corner where they were going for that flank. So it would be their left flank. UMRM was trying to go in on the opposite side just to try to come in and pinch with the tower. And it looked like
call-out job probably by Coral Crew, though. They were able to easily see and then fight off NM when NM came in deep.
Yeah, they were able to just block that off. And like I said, it was looking really good for Coral Crew at the start of that fight. But then the blaster came in to finally help with the trio there, and flipped it right back around. And then was able to go into their base. They popped up the bubble and just held up there. And then we saw Ren just gave a free pathway for Ren to go back up and just be the rat in their base, as we like to call it.
Absolutely meant Ren instead of NM, by the way. My bad.
That's okay.
But I just want to clarify that for anyone listening back at home.
But we're quickly moving into the next set here as we got tower control happening up here.
The Hydra continuing
coming
to
back.
show as well.
Yep. With that Booyah Bomb, you can't really go wrong there. Long range plus Booyah Bomb, and we even have a lethal
Double Booyah Bomb, actually.
However, we have
something may have went wrong at the start of this match. We'll see if the match is going to continue or not.
I have a feeling we picked the wrong map.
Oh yeah, because it is a tower control again where it's not supposed to be.
Yep. I was like, wait a second. This isn't right.
I believe this set is supposed to be Rainmaker on Eeltail Alley.
Yep, that sounds about right.
I was curious if one of the players was going to be the one to end that match.
Yeah, because that works there. Anywho, so nothing happened. Nothing happened. No, nothing.
You know, at least some people at home got to see the tower path for Eeltail Alley.
But yeah, we're just gotta quickly switch to Rainmaker.
And indeed was Rainmaker Eeltail.
Yep, Rainmaker Eeltail. The funny thing with Eeltail is, it's very similar to Mincemeat, but its bridge is cut in the middle for Rainmaker because that's where the Rainmaker sits, and it can be both great and a nuisance at the same time because it it's thinner than like a thinner bridge than mincemeat, and there's 2 ways up, but they take a ways to get back up to, especially if you're in mid. But great points for the back line. We know the Hydra's coming back out.
We'll probably see the same or very similar comps.
Well, yeah. Now that the comps have been seen, I think that the comps are going to be. I think they're supposed to stay the same.
That Rainmaker spot on Eeltail Alley, though, very scary when you have a back line, because if anybody tries to walk up to that Rainmaker and the back line sees you, you're basically going back to spawn.
Yes, I'm also learning how far the pop actually reaches up on bridge too, because the pop does explode up there.
Oh, that is very true.
It reaches about halfway on that bridge, because I'm still experimenting, like how far can I push my limits here, because I know with me, I always want to be the farthest forward on Eeltail as possible, just so I can try to beat the other backliner from being in the way, or just anyone who's being a nuisance up on bridge. But if you're not paying attention to that pop, it's almost like the same thing back on Manta Maria in S2, is that if you're going too far and you're on those grates, you're gonna get popped. And same thing with Eeltail here. The pop actually gets you if you're about over half on the bridge.
We'll see if it happens to happen now that we're back here again on Eeltail Alley Rainmaker.
Oh, the heavy came out this time.
Oh, and it looks like Coral Crew also has a blaster now instead.
That is true. The blaster is coming out on Coral Crew. We're still seeing the dualies stay as
keeping one of their coolers.
Yes, gotta keep the cooler. And coolers actually, they're definitely nice on Rainmaker, because it just can buff the Rainmaker movement really quickly, especially if you have a pretty solid advantage. Right now we see specials coming out really quickly, and it just pick for pick here. Whale coming out, a lot of paint going out in the middle. We see Mothman pushing up. Ooh, getting that pick. It's just the blaster left alive for Coral Crew. And
letting Ren jump in really easily here. We're going to see the Rainmaker get picked up by our smiling player here and then get taken down.
Well, what a move in by the Dapples here. It's like, all right, we're going to start. I'm going to dodge in. Managing to get the trade on both there. So at least the Dapples was stopped before they had a lot more havoc there.
It'll all be about keeping Coral Crew in their spawn long enough to take that checkpoint, and it looks like they'll be able to do so, at least for now. That painted very blue, just waiting for the Rainmaker to catch on up here. The Booyah Bomb to keep them further into their base.
Right now, it looks like they were just waiting to see what checkpoint to take, and they finally took that right-hand side checkpoint because the left side was guarded. 2 down on the side of Coral Crew spawning in. Tiller Whales coming out. Tactic Coolers coming out. Yep, and then the Dualies going in again to get these picks. Can the Dualies manage to come around the back and maybe help out again?
What a fantastic pick that they also got to survive from as well.
Yeah.
The Flings are coming in to make sure to finish the job.
Wavebreaker coming down by Mothman. It looks like the Dapples did finally get picked off there. And Coral Crew here just making sure they're not pushing up too far. But it looks like the shot does go into the 2 just waiting there and gets picked off. Mothman holding a really solid corner here, but does end up getting picked off by the blaster. And another member goes down in return. That is actually a pretty nice trade.
Very strong 2-on-2 team fight there as well. Everybody going down from it. Dapples working their way in, not getting to pick that time, but they've been doing a fantastic job catching people left and right.
That play right there, with where the machine was going in on the Dapples, just kind of, they backed up a little bit for just their other teammate to come in, follow up, and then their teammate backed up again. Now that is a teamwork play. That was right there. I love seeing those plays.
Turning a 1v1 into a 2v1, which I love to see. Now watching this Rainmaker come on up, they're going to try and get past the podium here. They don't want to work too fast, and they do have the help of their machine player to help them that. Even though they do go down, they were working well with them.
Yeah, I think the missiles ended up coming up into a good play there. Good old classic missiles coming in and stopping the Rainmaker just underneath the bridge. We see Azuka coming out
as well as a Booyah Bomb as well.
Yes. You can see Coral Crew is fighting really hard just to try to get the members of UMRM out of the way, and the one thing that they do need to do is group together and pair in their fights here, because as you can see, each of them are trying to use their kits and specials in a solo kind of way. And I'd love to see this team work together a little bit just to be able to push back in.
We do see B taking the Tacticooler, though, to be able to work through, help get their missiles. Even though they die partway through, they do get the missiles off. And it does slow down the Rainmaker a little bit so they can catch them before they get that last checkpoint.
We see the last bit of Coral Crew just kind of in their base here. The machine in a solid position. This is where they want to be with having the machine and the blaster.
Catching the shot as well.
Ooh. That's a wipeout. What a shot by the machine, just reaching over, getting that last pick. This should be able to dunk it, and that is that. What a fancy move to go dunk it too. The squid roll up the podium for the final dunk.
Very dangerous, too. That roller would have caught up. That would have been probably a 1.
Yeah, it would have been really close, but the squid roll just being kind of like that little bit active defense, I think it still splats, but squid roll able to help dodge a couple little extra shots there, but again, lots of pressure. UMRM applying a lot of pressure from the last set, taking it into this set as well. We're definitely seeing it, and Coral Crew, I don't know about you, Vic, but you can kind of sense their panic when it comes to coming back in when they're in a situation like that.
Absolutely. What happens is you just get pushed slowly and slowly into your base, and it can be hard to work back from that sometimes.
It really can be. And that's again, I talked about on the last set. You really got to regroup yourselves. You got to come up with a strategy together. Find that synergy that you have with this team.
I do appreciate seeing things such as we saw Plan B using their missiles from the Flingser roller to try and force back UMRM a little bit. That's so they'd be able to push up. It's unfortunate that the pushes didn't work as well as they wanted to, but the idea is there, and that's how you keep going with the team.
Yeah, you can see they definitely had the idea. Like some were using, the defensive bubble also came out on the team just to try to keep them alive, to potentially get a pick out of it if they come into the bubble or go outside. Again, they have the right ideas. Now it's just they have to make sure that they're calling for the rest of the team to move in with these ideas, and then they'll be able to break free.
Closer to the end of the match, you also saw the Tacticaler end up going closer and closer to the enemy lines as instead of being far back, which would allow their teammates to take the cooler and then be able to work their way in. I know we saw 1 point Plan B use that to their advantage to get a good pick with their Flingser roller.
Indeed, they did. The Flingser was definitely trying to find a way in with their kit especially. And the team's on the way here. We're going into game 3. We'll see if they can take these tactics coming into this to this match point here for UMRM and see what they can do here.
I believe that is the bell telling us the match is about to start. We'll see if they end up putting in maybe a little bit more range or if they stick to what they've got over on Coral Crew. It is Mahi Mahi Resort. Ooh, bringing out the Clash Blaster. Love to see it.
In all honesty, like there was always so much like, oh, there's a Clash Blaster. Now there's a Clash Blaster. Like it's got Zuka now. It's got a bomb. It's actually not half bad.
Yeah, interestingly, that actually ends up being their long-range player in a way.
The Flings' verticals and the fizzy bombs definitely have the extra range coverage here, but it looks like this Clash, it does get picked off early here, but it really wants to be able to get around these corners, just apply extra pressure. Oh! Umbre with the pick on the Blaster, just going underneath that ledge, a Blaster's favorite spot, just to take 2 members out that were trying to flee from Mothman.
Getting 2 big clams in easy, but moving backwards now because of that Booyah Bam. We do see the Crab come out here to try and keep Coral Crew into their base 4 a little bit, and they'll probably try to put those 2 clams in as soon as they're done.
Oh!
Just to get the pick instead of the Flingsa. Wow!
What a turnaround! That was really tight there. The Flings had the right idea, even had the back bop in set, but just a very quick 180 made there, and they go down instead.
We do see Coral Crew with a lot of clams here. They should be able to get a good amount of points out of this, already at the 80 and maybe coming in to get their own 62. All they need is 2 clams to get in, and that's going to be a lead swap actually for them, and they do get it with the 34 coming into the water level dropping.
I love
Very good amount of play.
That clam pass. We just saw it go up the line twice, and they managed to get it in, but yes. It is, however, it is Mahi though, and even down with this, having the lead, it's not safe.
We do see Umber run right in when that knockout happened to make sure that they went ahead and got all those extra clams, so Coral Crew couldn't get them when they respawn. A very important tactic to make sure you take clams away before the enemy team can grab them.
Absolutely. Missiles coming out onto the...
Getting rid of almost all their penalty there. Throwing that clam to try and not get noticed, but that's another wipeout.
Look at all of these clams in middle. They're spawning so quickly. Oh! One gets picked off in the middle there, unable to get any more clams in. What a nice quick defense there. That could have actually gone pretty bad there if that pick didn't happen.
Mothman doing the right thing here, staying behind that block so they don't get noticed, by example, from the Clash Blaster. A double actually taking them out, and now that's going to be a quick switch here. They may have enough clams actually to take this lead back now. Oh, and that's that.
There it is. It's down to 28. And again, the Whale trying to hold out a little bit, but Plan B coming in here with the Flingsa, trying to get a pick on Mothman. but doing not able to get a pick, but are able to push the members back a little bit. However,
providing a great amount of paint as well.
Absolutely. However, the 52 does come in and pick off Aster in return, and it is going back and forth splats here as Mothman's like, all right, I've got the range, I'm going to move up now.
That bomb almost becoming a pick. A good dodge with the scribbler there. They're going to see Mothman backing up a little bit, holding on with their Splatling in tow. Look at how succinctly they grab those clams, though, because remember, if you have more than 3 clams, dying with them doesn't leave as many behind, which is good.
I think there's still 2 minutes left in this game, and it's going back and forth like crazy. Then this is just how Mahi is right now. It's just so tight, close corners that anything can happen in any split second just with the snap of your fingers.
Even with the water down, it just is like that.
We can see the specials going out back and forth.
The fizzy bomb's well positioned as well, looks like.
Oh, the flings that goes down. Crab comes out, Whale comes out. It looks like one comes in from the side, 2 go down. Umbre's trying to move in. It's still going back and forth. It looks like UMRM able to finally get around this ramp here and stop the potential push that wanted to come, and able to pick off another one.
Maikaru very smartly keeping it just specifically 7 clams. They aren't noticed until it is time to push.
Now both of them just holding mid right here. It's just finding it all over again. We see Mothman does have Whale at the ready and has the power clam. But you can see that Coral Crew here, they are working much more together here, and I think just the fact
it is great to see. What a great
flick.
slap.
Yes.
We both noticed that one. Actually, a lot of members of UMRM going down. It's going to be the chance for Coral Crew to actually work their way back in. They don't have the clams, but they do have the paint.
This entire map is a choke point, and they just once you get stuck in one corner and everyone goes there, it can be just an absolute catastrophe. And now it's just going again. We see there's just a bunch of this way, and
throwing them clams at you to make
trying
one.
to get the clams. They have the Booyah Bomb at the ready. They want to try to make something work here, and I think the Zuka came out as well. You can see the Zuka's trying to pinch with this Booyah Bomb. The Crab is coming out as well. Mothman's here. The missile's coming out. 1 for 1 happening. This is the final
away
20
from
seconds of this game. Basket has been opened, but the question is there going to be enough clams to come in, or even enough pressure to potentially do anything in the last bit?
Yeah, unfortunately having to back on out of there, running into that clam, I think on accident there. I'm sure that they wanted to keep that clam without getting caught too much.
The one nice thing is that this clam is still made, so they can still trigger overtime. But except the blaster is going to come here and get 3 from underneath the ledge.
And that will do it, taking away their clam, but they did get it back again to force overtime. We'll see everybody respawn here. They'd have to try and get in before that happens.
Oh, there was just the brief moment of, I think we can maybe do this, and then you could see the panic, and then just the stop looking in the one direction, and just 1 split second, and then they're able to just go up the ramp.
What a fantastic back and forth, though, on this Mahi Mahi clams. Very good to see. Just strong pushes from both teams, honestly.
Ooh.
You know Coral Crew wanted to get those clams, and they had it.
Oh, my goodness. What a show. That was, again, the back and forth action was so good. It was so good.